Hello there, everybody. We are back with our next Ori race of the day. I am Sigma from before, and now I am joined by a racer from the last match, Fant. How are you doing?
I could be doing better. But how are you doing, Sigma?
I'm good. Yeah, you could have won, but that was a good race nonetheless. You pulled off a close PB right at the end there, so you got to be feeling a little good about that.
Yeah, by the time I was at Feather and a minute 10 behind, I didn't think a PB was in reach, but thankfully from there to the end of the game, it weren't any big mistakes, and nailing that first try door warp, that really sealed the deal.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. Early game was, well, early game, but the run back is very real. So yeah, that was really good. So unfortunately, you're out of the tournament now, but you can enjoy relaxing and watching other people struggle to not die to spikes. Hey.
Yeah, I'll just be able to commentate them dying to spikes instead of being the one on the receiving end.
This is a lot less painful over here, I think. So coming up, we've got a match against MrRandomson versus Brynhold. What do you know about these guys?
So this is actually a very, very interesting race because not only are both of these runners from Sweden, but they both live within 2 buildings of each other. They grew up together, and I believe Randomson actually introduced Brynhold to speedrunning. And now here they are meeting face to face in the Ori tournament. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I actually learned of this just the other day. They've been running in the community for quite a while, and it was just like a few weeks ago they were saying, "Oh yeah, he's just down the block." Basically, I was like, "Whoa, small world."
Yeah, and although their tournament race averages are quite far apart, and their seeds are kind of far apart as well, don't let that fool you, because Randomson just got a PB yesterday, and now he and Brynhold are within 1 minute of each other on their PBs. So this could be a very close race.
Yeah, this is a tough one to call for sure. The seeding difference does not tell the entire story, and we will basically be, having to see if too many mistakes creep in. I know from the end of the group stage, we kind of saw an interesting story in Brynhold's group where he came in as the second seed to that group, and then in the very first race he played, he pulled an upset against Raziel. And for the longest time in the tournament, we thought that Brynhold was, clinched for first because he had a significantly better time than the other people in the group, and he'd already upset the first seed going in. So we're like, okay, Brynhold's going to be first seed out of the group, but he ended up in second because he dropped a race to Cheese Lover. One of the last races in the group stage, Cheese improved his time a fair bit, and Bryn just had a few mistakes in that race and ended up, losing it. So that kind of thing happening again could, give Randomson the opportunity to strike here.
Yeah, and looking down at the stats for some of the major tricks in the game, you see Brynhold has the advantage on Grotto Skip. He's been very consistent with it, taking no more than 2 tries. However, on Sorrow Bash, he's been having a lot more trouble than Randomson has. So, depending on how long either of them get stuck up on these 2 tricks, it could eventually tell the race.
Yeah, I'm hoping what we see is one of the, like, we've had a few races in the tournament. Chicken versus Roos was one of them, where the lead was just flopping back and forth, and that was a very exciting race. And I really like to see the lead changes because that really makes it intense. Like, who's going to get the next trick? Like, are they still going to be ahead by the next split ending? That kind of thing. I would just love to see it.
Yeah, we can always hope for a close race. Nothing will make us happier as commentators.
So I have to ask, who do you think is going to win this one?
Based on the trend we've been seeing in the last couple days, I'm going to have to give it to Randomson. He's hot off his latest PB. I'm not sure how much Brynhold has had to practice these last couple weeks, but I'm feeling it. I think Randomson can take it.
I like it. I'm going to hope to salvage the remaining little bits of points I can get out of my prediction bracket and go with what I said there, that Brynhold is going to take this one. But I am not certain in that prediction by any means.
Yeah, it could easily go either way.
Now, let me get up the stats. We did a bunch of predictions. Basically, everybody could fill out a bracket before the elimination stage started, and we have the predictions going 24 for Brynhold, 3 for Randomson here. So people, picking Brynhold's better PB as the target for the victor, but Randomson PB and he wants to win, so I don't think 24-3 tells the story of the actual odds of this race. It looks like we're underway, and interestingly enough, we have a great sync off the start, almost as if
Yes,
they're
I was about to
the
see
same
that.
place.
So if you thought we were lying about that fact, there is your proof.
Nailed it. Looks like we got a little bit of a color code out of Brynhold. I don't know if Randomson did one or if he got white, or if he just opted not to do it. What do you do with your color code? Do you do color code span, or do you just say this is terrible?
No, I think color codes are just the worst, especially if you end up with that dark purple color we all know and love. And it looks like Randomson did put in a color code. He just happened to start off with the default color.
Nice. Well,
But
they
always
both
run
got good
default.
color. You always run default. I agree with you. I used to do the color code all the time, and then I was getting extra resets in because I had some runs where I got it like dark blue, and then I tried to change it during some cutscenes, like picking up sign here, and it stayed like dark purple, and I couldn't see myself. Ran into some spikes or something. Anyways, they're tied exactly coming to sign. Looks like a little bit better of a Frankie fight from Randomson, so he pulls a 1 second-ish lead there, but that is nothing. And
Absolutely
I would not be surprised to see that change coming to wall jump.
Yes, even though wall jump is very early, there is the potential for a lot of bad stuff to happen here, as we've seen even from some of our best runners having unfortunate deaths on the way to wall jump. So we'll see if both of them can make it through cleanly.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned for Brynhold's health. I didn't see if he damage boosted the spore leading into the area before the water, but he took some unintentional damage from the jump.
He got a health drop there,
yeah.
I think. So he should be.
Yeah, he actually got 2 health drops there, so he's down. He's up to 3 now for sure. So he's safe. Randomson briefly checked his UI, so he knows what his health is.
Yeah, and he also got a health drop.
Nice and safe then. So they're both going towards Ghost Door. I think they're both at 2. Randomson might be at 1, which would be good. He'll die faster. No, he's at 2, but the fish is there for him. Fish is there for Bryn as well. So he's giving them a little bit of a helping hand to get through the Ghost Door faster, and now they're both going to be hopping up to take this 4th health cell.
Yeah, so far nothing major from either of these 2 runners. It looks like Randomson is just having a little bit cleaner movement, but again, this is such an early point in the game, and anything can happen after wall jump.
Yeah, what you really just want to see is no deaths leading into wall jump. This split is deceptively difficult. You'd think it would be easy because it's the start of the game and the enemies are not very strong, but you have basically no movement abilities. All you can do is run and jump around, and if you want to go fast, you have to cut things very close. So it's easy to lose time, it's easy to die, and deaths here are way more costly than they are later in the run. Like some of the later tricks are tough, but you can save before them, and if you take a death in these early sections, you can be losing over a minute to a single death. We didn't see any such bad things happen to either of these guys, and looks like they've managed to a little bit better movement from Brynhold near the end, almost even.
Yeah, they're still close.
Yeah,
and
super close.
Interestingly, both runners are going to be leveling up on the way out of wall jump instead of on the way in.
Yeah, a lot of people have started to prefer this. Leveling on the way in is kind of a holdover from vanilla when we actually wanted the ability point before wall jump. But, depending on how you want to set up your experience, either one works out just fine. Actually, I like that from Brynhold. Placing a save right there is completely free. He's about to get his energy refilled by that level up, and if he does die, it does lessen the impact of the death. So I don't think he's going to die, but if I recall correctly, and I might be wrong about this, I think he did take a pre-wall jump death. Or not a pre-wall jump death, but a death on the way to dash in one of his races, but I could be totally off.
Yeah, I don't recall on that. Anyway, Randomson pulling a little bit further ahead. Brynhold did not have enough XP to level up off of the flower out of wall jump. So he had to take a couple shots on one of the brambles, and that's mainly the cause of the difference right here.
Yep, they're both coming in towards Blackroot Burrows right now. Once they do this trick to skip the opening cutscene, where they're going to throw the ability menu up and level up an ability as they walk into a certain point, they're basically going to be on an auto-scroller, so they'll just be looking to make the fast platform cycle, which is pretty forgiving, and there shouldn't be a difference arising here, although it is easy to die in one particular part of this, the lantern part, the bottom of Blackroot. How do you feel about that part of the game, Fan? I hate it personally. What do you think about it?
It is really, really frustrating. You know, sometimes the slime can just take a cheap shot at you, and oh no, Randomson accidentally went the wrong way and takes a death. So Brynhold will have a comfortable lead here as long as he can make it through Blackroot, the rest of Blackroot, very cleanly.
Yeah, so that's rough. Those spikes do 3 damage there. Even if you have your full 4 health, you're probably not going to be able to get out of them. Brynhold taking a death, but it's just right after the safety save, so not nearly as painful of a death as Randomson got. And looks like he's progressing through the spooky lantern part nicely now. He kind of got a close call on the shot the second time. Randomson now making it up to the standard safety saves part, and he'll be going through the spooky lanterns himself. Brynhold moving up, looks like he's got the good cycle. Randomson progressing through smoothly, and those lasers look beautiful. He can just go straight up. He can also wait here. That actually makes no difference whatsoever.
Yeah, you should still make the cycle. And there it is.
So yeah, Brynhold opening up a little bit of a lead with that death, but I guess it's sort of fortunate. I guess it's hard to look on the bright side of dying in BRB, but Randomson did die on the way in to the orb. He didn't have to sit through the orb cutscene and pick it up, put it down, and jump back across the room. We saw some races where people died on the way out, which is kind of the more common way to die there because the jumps are a little bit trickier on the way out. But you know, that's more of a painful death. This one, not too bad. So he's still close, but there is a little bit of a difference opening up between them.
Okay, so really quick, what are your predictions on orb drop? Are we going to get fast drop, medium drop, long drop?
Okay, Brynhold's going to get a terrible drop. Let's see it. That was... I shake my head at that. Randomson, I think the Ori gods are going to even it up. They're not going to give him a good drop, but it's going to be faster than that one. Did you know that... I called it.
Good knowledge.
I wish I could call orbs accurately every time, because then I would say fast drop every single run that I do. But alas, that's not how it works. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but Terra made a split for just the area between the lever pull and like dash. So he could, and he just called it like orb please or something like that. So you can see how much time he loses to the orb. I don't know if he stuck with it, but
yeah, I haven't looked at it myself, but I do wonder if the orb is completely random, or if there's like a bias towards like an early drop or a long drop. It feels like it's leaning on the long drop to me.
I have examined the code for the orb, and I could not tell you any way that you can manage to affect the drop, unfortunately. It's just based on Ori's position and the number of frames since you launched the game, so good luck. Good luck manipulating that.
Both runners now on the Frankie Walk. This is a really big sequence break in the game. It allows them to get through this energy door here way before you are supposed to. And you're essentially going through this area backwards. Brynhold makes it through cleanly. He's on his way to the Death Gauntlet, while Randomson's about to do the level up. And he gets it as well. And hopefully both of them will make it through here cleanly.
Yeah, looking pretty good. Both of them managing to dodge the Frankie safely and opting to not do the Death Glide. A wise decision, in my opinion. Brynhold is now heading it down to Grotto Cycle, rather. He's going to try to get some quick dashes in here. Actually, no, he's opting not to go for it. I may be misremembering, but
Yeah, both players have not gotten the early grotto cycle before, but neither of them have tried to go for it in previous races.
oh no!
Oh!
Randomson
I stand
nearly
corrected.
got it. He had almost the right movement there, but there's a 1-frame death there where you can just barely get caught on the corner. So 1 frame faster on his wall jump, and he would have gotten in. 1 frame slower, and he would have gotten pushed out. He's going to opt to not go for it this time because he doesn't want to die again. But
Brynhold has a
those
quick
1-frame
death on
deaths.
his way down, but he had a safety save, or the regular save right before it, so it would be too big of a double jump, and about to do his blind movement.
Got word from the truck that that's the second time we've seen a 1-frame death in the tournament, and I'm honestly glad that it's only the second time we've seen it, because that, it may be only 1 frame, but there's only like 10 frames where you can get in there at all, so it does happen quite often, and you will lose many runs to it.
And Randomson starting his blind movement too. Both of these runners are still very close. Brynhold does not have an insurmountable lead by any means, and as we head over to Ginso, there's going to be a lot of room for mistakes.
Yeah, coming up here, we'll see how Brynhold's grotto skip goes. This is a very tricky jump up the right side.
First try.
First try, that's beautiful. So not giving an opportunity for Randomson to make up any time. Randomson playing well, like a lot of that time loss on the 1-frame death, there's not much you can say about that. Like, he had a safety save in a good position, so that's good. But those 1-frame deaths will just get you from time to time, and it's not like you played poorly. In fact, it was good to even go for the grotto cycle. And now having a little bit of trouble with grotto skip. That was, I think, on his 3rd or 4th try now. He's just jumping a little bit too high on the wall. Now he's got it. So losing a bit of time against Brynhold there, but we have a lot of platforming coming up where the lead can oscillate a fair bit in this section.
Yeah, and as we've seen, even Hetfield is not immune from having terrible stuff happen in Ginso.
Yeah, we have Brynhold picking up the 5th health cell in the grotto area, so he's going to have a lot of health for Ginso, and this is good for safety and really good for Suro later on because you won't get one-shot by the spikes there. I actually don't think that he has gone for this cell before, but I know since I run the truck a lot of the time, I know we don't track those stats very well, so I couldn't tell you for sure. But I think this is a more new adaptation of Brynhold. I seem to remember him going 4 health in the past. And apparently I'm wrong. He has gone 5 health. So I'm losing my mind.
Brynhold has a really awesome dash glide over that slime, getting that level up. It's a small time save, but it's really nice seeing like clean movement coming out just to get that ability cell or experience orb. My mistake.
Experience orb gives you an ability point. Good enough.
It has the same effect here in this case.
There you go. Plus an awesome explosion. Brynhold's coming up to the swamp teleporter. He just needs to step on this and then dash away so that that teleporter is active for later in the game, because it's the fastest way back to the last dungeon after we finish collecting all the skills. So he gets that, and he's just going to head up onto Ginso. One last cutscene skip before he gets into the tree. And pretty smooth section from Brynhold there. That was nice. Randomson kind of flubbed his movement a little bit leading into this teleporter. And opted to push the rock in instead. It's faster if you miss the first crusher cycle, or spinning cycle rather, to do the push in. So being aware of that is good, rather than having to wait a cycle and then pull it out. It's loses you a bit more time. So he's going on into Ginso as well, and this is pretty close.
Yeah, if I had to estimate, the runners are within about 30 seconds based on their times entering Ginso. Brynhold went in at 13:10-ish, and Randomson at 13:40.
Brynhold fell in the second room of Ginso with the Gamers, so he has to now wait for some of these cycles up top. He's going to play it safe on the last one so he doesn't get knocked down again. But they're now meeting up in the same room. Brynhold's still maintaining a lead. But I've got to say, it seems to me like Randomson is just making up bits and pieces of time here and there. And he just lost like kind of some chunks. Ooh, Brynhold in a dangerous position. He took a hit from the spikes, so he's one shot away now. He makes it through cleanly, and doesn't die there. So that's very good. He would have basically lost his entire lead if he had taken a death.
Yeah, and he could still get one shot by the upcoming mini boss fight. And Randomson is just having excellent movement through these rooms, and now he's gaining even more time back. They're doing the puzzle room at the exact same time. Now,
Yeah.
Brynhold entering the boss fights, or mini boss fight.
Yep, so you can see Brynhold scrolling away, doing the mashing, trying to get 8 shots a cycle. If you do pull off 8 shots a cycle, you can kill him in only 5 appearances. He's missed a couple, so he's looking for maybe a 6 cycle here, which is still quite good for the mini boss. Randomson fighting the mini boss as well. You get double center spawn. Randomson's mini boss has gone. Oh no, he missed a volley there. I was gonna say he was on pace for a 5 cycle, and then he didn't quite manage to hit 8 on one of those appearances.
Yeah,
so
and
he'll be looking
we
at
got
6
we got an update from the truck. They are within 14 seconds of each other going into this mini boss room. And Randomson has done a great job making up time.
Yeah, it's really, really nice play from Randomson. I'm not even. Ooh, death from Brynhold, and Randomson pulls into the lead.
Oh wow! I guess it was that damage that Brynhold took earlier before the mini boss, and he must have forgotten that he had already taken it.
Did he not level then? No, he took what? No, he definitely did level. He must have gotten hit in the key room before or something. I don't know what's going on, but Randomson's got a little bit of a lead here. Looks like he clicked bash at about 1540 or 54, and Brynhold about 1559 or 6. So it's 6-second difference now between the two of them. This is exactly the kind of race I was hoping to see.
Yeah, so bash is one of them. Now, I believe Brynhold is on keyboard. Now, is Randomson on controller?
That is a good question, and unfortunately I don't have the stats sheet up to tell you the answer. I think I see a cursor moving around on Randomson's screen, though, so I'm pretty sure he's playing keyboard as well.
Yeah, so both runners on keyboard. That means we'll probably be seeing quite a bit of double bashes in here. Sigma, can you tell us a little bit about double bash?
Oh, yeah, sure. So double bashing is basically a technique that used to be super difficult, where you have to bash the frame you release your bash, but there's some keyboard mouse tech that lets you kind of cheat the game. Oh, nice damage boost from Brynhold there, using his 5 health, by the way. This is incredibly close.
Yeah, they're both getting the same keys at the same time, placing their saves. This is amazing.
Death.
And Randomson gets the hyperspeed and pulls ahead a little bit.
Then he misses the jump, and it seesaws again. Brynhold is
okay, now Brynhold's in the lead. Boss. Oh, I cannot believe how close this is going to be.
Wow. I think we've seen the lead oscillate, with a 1-second lead for each player about 3 times just now. Brynhold pulling a little bit ahead now because of his better mini boss. Opting to take some extra experience from the Frankie there. I think he must know something I don't about his experience count, which is good because you don't want to miss the core skip. And having a little bit of trouble with the core skip, and just like that, look at Randomson in the same position as Brynhold, and actually getting the level up explosion to go off a little bit sooner. So
once again, incredible.
A flip-flop.
Now let's see how both of them handle the escape. Normally, for runners of this caliber, the escape is pretty straightforward, but we've seen a lot of stuff happen in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely people you wouldn't expect taking deaths in the escape. I mean, even earlier, Terra pulled off a 33-33, and he died right in this part where they are
Look at
right
this.
now.
Brynhold gets the spider shot through and retakes the lead.
Jumping up to the same wall as each other. Now we're going to see a difference in strats, which makes no difference whatsoever.
And Randomson has a little bit faster movement, and he is in the lead.
Holy smokes. Okay, so we are trading cycles back and forth.
And Brynhold back in the lead.
What's happening?
What's going to happen at the end of Kenso? I'm going to vote Randomson. Something's going to happen here.
Looks like Brynhold has got smoother movement up to the top. Skip cutscene, and we watch the Gumos hop across in sequence. Now, will they remember to turn on their UIs? We will see momentarily.
I'm holding my breath. I'm not saying anything.
Brynhold's good. Randomson's good. They're
They are
walking
both
over.
good.
They're furiously mashing through the map screen. They both mash really well. Neither of them doing the new hyperspeed through the door. Both setting up for the same dash glide. Brynhold, they both messed it up in the exact same way. Never mind. They're actually Swedish clones. And now heading up to Stomp. We'll see if they opt for the damage boost here. I know some people don't like to do it because it's spooky as heck. Brynhold is going to damage boost. Randomson is not. So there's a slight edge for Brynhold, but I would not be surprised if that lead vanishes in a flash.
Yeah, so the next little skip that we're going to have is the Kuro cutscene skip. And once again, this one cutscene skip can determine who gets a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, this, I think, could be really the potential for this race to open up a lot more. We've seen these flip-flopping leads with, movement here, movement there, but in this section of the game, there's a lot of tricks coming up where you either get it or you don't. There's not going to be like you gain or lose 2 seconds. Synchronized ability cell pickup. My goodness. But yeah, Brynhold
So Randomson with the
opening.
beautiful stomp and reload. Brynhold having a little bit of trouble, and Randomson retakes the lead.
So Randomson has a lead in the swimming here. A Kuro cutscene skip is coming up. I gotta get the stats up for this so I can see how they've done. This trick is quite tough, and it is a 17-second swing if you miss it.
Now, both of the runners are very good at Kuro cutscene skip. Brynhold is 3 for 4, and Randomson is 3 for 3. So with any luck, both of them will make it through again.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. Randomson, setup's great. Beautiful, that was perfect. Setup's good for Brynhold too.
And Brynhold is through. Still a very, very close race between these runners.
Alright, so coming up to the 5th energy cell, Randomson's going to get it. Given how this race has gone, actually Brynhold is going to skip it, so here's a little bit of a divergence here. This is going to allow Randomson more safety and more charge dashes later, so he can make up the time that he invested into that, but for the time being, Brynhold takes the lead. Now note that, they're kind of investing their time into different things. Brynhold has 5 health and 4 energy. Randomson has 4 health and 5 energy. So they have different measures of safety in different ways.
And I'm having flashbacks of the J-Hobbs and IceX race. That was yesterday, as both runners, for the second time in a row, are at the same ability tree at the same time.
Absolutely bonkers here. Randomson's Frankie followed him a bit down, but he fixes its position with a few quick bashes. Brynhold going into the Spirit Tree cutscene skip there. Randomson, he's going to go for the dash glide.
And he gets it.
So Brynhold had to walk through the slow zone. Randomson just gets to start running immediately, so he saves a little bit of time there. Still a lead for Brynhold, but it's closing very, very slightly. It's like 2 or 3 seconds apart. This is absolutely insane.
Yeah, the next big opportunity for a lead to open up is for Fast Stompless. Brynhold has gone for it in the past, but he's only had it got it successful one time in the tournament races. Meanwhile, Randomson has not tried it in the races, so maybe he's going to surprise us.
Yeah, there's been some time since Randomson's last tournament race, so his strats can definitely have evolved since. And Brynhold, he has only tried one time, and he got it that one time, so he hadn't tried Fast Stompless before. He is going to go for it. Randomson is not. So if Brynhold gets this, he can open up a little bit more of a lead. He saves about 15 seconds on this trick if it works.
That shot looks good.
If it does not, he loses that much. Yeah, I like that shot. Good spider position. He should have it. So Brynhold is going to be pulling a bit of a lead into Zoro.
Now, this is again where the differences between these runners' consistencies can come in. In the past, Brynhold's had a little bit of trouble with Sorrow Bash. Meanwhile, Randomson has been just nailing it almost every time. So if Brynhold gets caught up a little bit here, it's going to give Randomson a lot of time to catch up.
Yeah, Brynhold's Sorrows have not been too great in this tournament so far. I'm sure he would love to grab a first try Sorrow. We'll see how it goes. Watching on his screen here, Randomson's just sitting in the cutscene. Brynhold, he's rocket jumping up. He's going to go grab this energy so that he has enough to make his way through Sorrow with, and he's on to Sorrow Bash. Now notice save is pretty far away, so if he does die, he's going to go back down to Feather. Because I think Randomson probably has a save up top he can use. I didn't see if he plays it.
Oh,
Brynhold dies
the bird.
Ouch. So there, what?
And
Is that another tie?
Randomson has taken the lead again.
You know, I can't count high enough. I don't have enough fingers to tell how many times the lead has changed. But here we are, killing the energy crystal together. Now Randomson has a save right here. If Randomson has a death, it's way less costly than Brynhold. So Brynhold really needs to get the Sorrow-Bash right here, and his setup
That looks good.
And he is in
He
there.
is through. And Randomson is also through both, or Randomson with the first try, Sorrow-Bash, Brynhold, that was the second try, and these runners are still right on top of each other.
Yeah, what are they going to do for safety? Brynhold is going to take the extra energy here. Randomson has the 5th energy cell. That was such a fast laser skip. That was beautiful. He didn't even touch down.
Yeah, so both of them are opting to safety save here.
Yeah, but there's the investment into the 5th energy paying off. Randomson is going to rekindle his save to heal the frog, to make frog juggle easier. Brynhold, he knows the backup correctly. This is good. He got the bash bug there, and it dunked the frog into the pit of doom. But you can just rekindle the save because the frog is alive down there somewhere, so he will respawn immediately on every save.
Yeah.
So now we're both juggling Randomson with a little bit of a lead. I really thought Brynhold was going to make up a little bit of time with that not rekindling, but Bashbug got him, and what can you do about that?
Yeah, he also had a really, really risky frog juggle there. He was very close to the spikes. I thought he was going to die, but he must have just barely clipped the edge.
Yeah, I think the fun thing is, even if he had bashed himself into the spikes, he has 5 health, so he would have lived.
That is true.
It's probably just the confidence from that kept them alive, I think. Spikes sense fear, so if you have less health, they will hit you more.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I've ever seen where we've had 2 runners doing the save anywhere at the Sunstone cutscene skip at the same time.
You might be right about that. I know we've seen it sync up on Door Warp in a few of our races, but this race has honestly been synced the entire race. This has got to be the closest race we've seen. It's absolutely incredible.
Like, I really have no idea what's going to happen. I cannot predict one way or the other.
It's impossible to see. The only thing I think is going to happen is that the lead is going to change hands like 5 more times, and maybe 6 more times. I don't even know who's that is going to end up winning at the end. Maybe we're going to have to get into the arm wrestle tiebreaker here.
Okay, Randomson is making his way out of Sorrow. He is opting to skip the ability cell, so that means he's going to be grabbing this XP orb over on the left side, and this is going to allow him to have a time to level up after the mini boss in Misty, and that'll be a nice refill on his health and a refill on his energy, and it's going to prevent him from having to save towards the end of the game.
Yeah, now interesting to note is Brynhold is going with the older route. Since he's doing 4 energy, it's faster to go with the cell rather than the experience, so that's what he's doing. But the difference is he's going to have less charge dashes available in Misty, and he's going to have sort of more expensive safety saves. So we'll see what he opts to do here.
Okay, so far no. Oh, and right as I say that, Brynhold takes a death.
No!
That is going to be really costly for Brynhold. He did not place any safety saves in Misty, and it takes him all the way back up to charge jump.
I can't. Oh man, this match has been so close the entire time. And then finally we see a huge death from Brynhold, taking him all the way back up the charge jump. That's brutal. Randomson dipping his toe into the spikes. They hurt, so he decides not to stay in the spikes, and he is up the climb. So that is a big lead for Randomson now. We're looking at over a minute, I think, from that death. That's almost one of the worst deaths that you can take. But it is not over yet because, Randomson, he's already down to 1 health in Misty, so he is living on borrowed time right here. And
yeah, so as Zygmunt was saying, the second half of Misty is by no means trivial. There's still a lot of room for costly deaths in this area. But Randomson does have the 5 energies. That's going to allow him to place a lot more safety saves, like the one right there. So And he
I
takes a
think he
death, so that is a
probably-
very valuable safety save.
Yeah, I think he probably died intentionally. He's gonna go for the meteor kick. Dude, that's sick.
Jayhoff
his
will be very happy.
Yeah, we might see meatball strats if one can dare to dream. And Randomson's energy is going to be a little low now. He saved, I believe, after destroying the crystal. Oh, that is spikes. I think his saves right. Oh yeah, he is out of energy because of the meteor kick and because of missing the energy pickup on that keystone. So that's why he died there. He was trying to charge dash, but he didn't have energy to charge dash, so he kind of floated in the air and said, "What?" and then died. So Brynhold actually making up a lot of time there.
And another death from Randomson. Yeah, going through that section with 1 HP is very difficult. A misangled bash off of this slime here, it'll just explode right at the top and kill you instantly. And now he's back down to 1 HP again. He doesn't have any energy for
save. He can get 2 energy up in this 4th keystone. He just has to live till there. Don't get bodied. Okay. Now don't die to this crap on the floor. Okay, good. That's a very nice
So he's at 1
there.
energy. We'll see if he opts to take the rocket jump. Looks like he tried to go for it, but realized his positioning was off. And right.
I kind of like that decision. Like having only 1 energy here, and given how the Misty's been going, you have to be feeling the spaghetti. So he wants to make sure he's safe for the ending, and being able to charge dash and stuff is great. So Brynhold has had a very nice Misty for himself, and I thought honestly when he took that death back to charge jump, it was too much to overcome. But a nice Misty from him in conjunction with not so great of a Misty from Randomson means he's very close now. The difference only 28 seconds at this time. So Brynhold is in striking distance. 1 or 2 more deaths from Randomson, and we might see this even up near the end.
Yeah, Randomson on his way out of Misty. He got that level up at the end, allowed him to place a safety save after the mini boss, and should have no problems on his way over to Light.
That was a beautiful mini boss from Brynhold. And Randomson with 5 energy, he doesn't have to take this save on the other side. Oh no, Brynhold! Ah, another painful death. Getting caught up on the spikes after the mini boss. He's back at the 4th key.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's rough, man. That's really rough.
So it's going to be very tough for Brynhold to come back now, especially with running out of places for Randomson to make a big mistake.
Yeah, basically have to look for something catastrophic, or getting infinited by some Blackroot exit or something like that. But this is not typically a part of the game where people will die more than once before they sort themselves out. Misty and Sorrow can definitely get people caught up in them, but now Randomson has a pretty clear path to the finish. As long as he gets this cutscene skip, the bird is messing him up, but even if he dies, it is okay. He has a save right there. He is dead.
And he did die.
The bird is now respawned back where it should be, and he can now get the dash glide into the cutscene, so he is in the clear.
And he is through and about to pick up our last skill, Light Grenade. Light Grenade being one of the most useful abilities in the game. It's very pretty when you throw it. Makes things go boom. What else does it do, Sigma?
Just memes, I think. So I would estimate the lead at this point to be around the order of a minute, plus or minus, 10, 20 seconds. So still looking rough for Brynhold. If MrRandomson does take a death on the way out, that would give him an opportunity to catch up, but he dodges the laser there. So we'll see if he opts to save before the boulder part or not. If he makes a save here, he's going to be pretty safe. He just dumped an energy. He's going to save, okay? So he's going to hold on to this lead. Brynhold is going to have a smooth lost grove and hope that Randomson, has some troubles here. Door warp is one thing we could look at.
What the heck was that by Brynhold? I've never seen that before. He was
sick.
Flying all over that room.
I think he rocket jumped and then charge dashed like at something else. That was pretty nuts.
It was just really awesome to look. I don't know if it was faster than anything, but wow, it was a pleasure to watch.
Definitely some style points. This is a style race, not just a speed run. So commentator scores at the end of the run will be factored into the final time.
Okay,
Now,
Randomson almost to door warp. What are your predictions for this? How many tries?
I am going to take...
Oh,
my gosh, what a save! That was such a good awareness to charge dash there and save himself. That was so good.
I thought he was a gunner, and then we'd have another race on our hands.
Yeah, I don't know if he even safety saved on the way up the Horror Fields. I didn't see if he did or not, so he could have been back to the teleporter that Bren's going to now if he hadn't managed to, keep himself out of that lava. That was so close. So, trying to talk about what we're talking about, door warp. I'm gonna go with 4 tries. I think he already...
Second try.
Second try, nice.
Second try.
So now, Randomson might have it in the bag. He's not gone for fish strats in previous tournament races. I'm not sure if he's going to opt to do it now. If I was him...
I hope he does.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Yeah, neither of these runners are watching each other. And, Randomson's had a couple deaths in this match. So it depends if he thinks he's in the lead or not. He may throw in some fish strats for this.
Yeah, we'll see what comes up. Brynhold coming into door warp. Basically, Brynhold needs door warp right now, and Randomson has to take a death in the escape if he's going to hope for a comeback here. But yeah, I don't know what to say. Randomson, he looked like he used a lot of energy there. I'm not sure if he got all his cancels. If he is going to go for
he
fish
has
strats,
no energy.
He checks. He knows he can't go for it. Brynhold is not getting door warp. Randomson, one last thing to do. He skips the Kuro trigger, and he has done it. That's it.
What a race from Randomson.
Wow. So Randomson, big upset there. 21 versus 12. His timer's still going. All he has to do, though, is hold right until the end of the game. This is essentially a cutscene at the end, but we have inputs during it, so we're still timing. And he has taken out Brynhold. Battle of Sweden. Randomson wins. Wow. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and Randomson's PB is 36.23, so he is finishing very, very close to his PB. A very impressive performance from him.
Yeah, really the story of this is the 2 deaths that Brynhold took in Misty. They were both very solid, all throughout the early game, all into Sorrow, and then that one death that sent Brynhold back to charge jump, and then afterwards the post mini-boss death where he went back to the 4th key again. Without either one of those, we might be seeing them both running with Naru at the same time.
So Brynhold coming up on fish strats here. Let's see if he goes for it. It looks like he is.
He's not gone for this before, so let's see how it goes. Looks like a great setup. Was he out of energy? He might have been out of energy. That looked like
I did not see him check his energy, so I'm not sure.
Because he jumped out into the fire and then he just didn't rocket jump, so that's a symptom of a missed cancel. This is why sometimes you see people turn their UI on for the final escape, because then you can know if you missed a slump or not.
He's at 3 energy.
This time he's going to check.
How nice of Brynhold to keep his energy counter up for us. And he's making sure he's saving onto this energy here, so it looks like he's going to try again.
Yeah, also note he has an extra half energy, so he could throw a light grenade at something if he wants.
I do not predict that he's going to be doing anything with light grenade. Just wants to get the fish strats, and he does, and he is now done.
That was incredible.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite race so far this tournament. Like the entire first half, going back and forth, over and over again, is just, I was on the edge of my seat.
I have not, been more unsure of what the result of a race is going to be more than halfway through it before. And that discombobulated sentence can just tell you something about the state of my mind right now, because I'm just flabbergasted at how good that was.
Yeah, and Randomson making a case for why 5 energy is so popular. All those safety saves that he was able to place throughout Misty and throughout Sorrow ended up saving a lot of time on some of the deaths he took there. Whereas Brynhold, he only had 2 deaths, but they were way, way more costly.
Like, Random had a lot of deaths in Misty, but they were all cut down to minimal time impact by the constant safety saves. So that, I really like that observation. That's very, very astute.
I'm just at a loss for words. I don't know what
Yeah.
else to say, Sigma.
That was a very good race. They're finishing exactly 2 minutes apart, and pretty sure Randomson's running over to Bryn's host right now to say, "Ha, gotcha."
Or maybe just rolling down the window and
Could be.
yelling outside with how close these two runners live.
Are you doing fish strats? Okay, so this will wrap up the Ori block for this afternoon, I believe. Let me just check the schedule. Yes. But we have 2 more Ori matches later tonight. The round of 32 is getting chopped through this weekend. So come back here at 9 Eastern to see Epicat versus Nidrel, followed by one of the most anticipated matches of this round, Cheese against Monkley.
Yeah, both of those races are going to be entertaining to watch. Epicat has gone through some crazy stuff in his previous runs. Famously, his match versus Roos, as I'm sure we all remember. And this being his favorite holiday, April Fool's, I wonder if we can expect any shenanigans from that match.
Oh boy.
And any final comments on the other match?
Man, I don't even know what to think anymore. We're just gonna let it come. If one more match like this goes this close, then I'm gonna be just happy as can be. Now, what else have we got? There's I bet you that there's some Link to the Past on Speed Gaming in between, because there's approximately a million Link to the Past.
Yeah, right after this block starts at 6 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, we're going to be having another match in the Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past randomizer tournament. Now, before this, I wasn't too familiar with it, but I did tune into some of those matches yesterday, and it is incredible. I mean, I was so confused, but yet so amazed throughout the entire run of what was going on. And A Link to the Past being one of my favorite games, just put a big, huge twist on it. It's just a pleasure.
It amazes me how well people can run that, given, it's random and you have to, the seeds of that game, they always have a way to solve them, but you have to kind of figure out based on what items you're getting where the seed is leading you. And I think it's really incredible seeing people run that. So stick around, watch that, watch the Ori later, watch it all. Speed Gaming is the place to be. And it has been a pleasure commentating with you, Fan, as always. I hope to commentate more matches with you in the future.
Same here, Sigma. Maybe throughout the round of 16. It seems every match I commentate ends up being really, really close. So hopefully that streak continues tonight with Epicat versus Nidrel, and maybe we'll see some great moments there as well.
Yeah, I hope to see as many fantastic matches as possible in this tournament. So with that terrible pun, I will show myself out, and you guys enjoy the outro video. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you later.
See you guys.
He's going to kill it far, far away from this door where he actually needs to level up. And then he's going to dash to the door, the XP chasing him, he gets the energy, he opens the door, and that is amazing.
Exactly. I think it's probably one of the most stupid threats that we have.
Oh, goodness, Monkley with the dodge. That was...
I like floating laser turret, which you can imagine what that is. But yeah, I think they didn't mean for anybody to ever see these.
Oh.
Did you just see what Rufus did in that key?
I have never seen that. Is that faster?
Is that faster?
And it's very rewarding as well.
Oh no! He makes it! Wow.
Oh my god,
That was so close to only.
For the 5th energy. So that's going to put a temporary gap in between them. But it's going to... Oh my gosh.
What a nice adaptation to save it.
Races, and you watch someone who doesn't get the rocket jump up towards Sunstone, you might see them.
Whoa! He actually knocked that frog into the wall. Look, he thought he was completely done for, but
He said, I just don't want to die, because if you don't save and you die here, it's real bad. So he's going to be taking a save on this.
Oh, wow. So Trojan got the shot. His shot looked extremely high, but he got it, and that's going to practically level this race right now.
Yeah, as you can see, they're now in the same cutscene, and Terra has to go up to the Spirit Well.
That's really where you're supposed to need all this wind without using the wind. He also went for a ridiculously risky trick there, where he skipped through that.
spent like 4 minutes in door. Oh, Meldon, can he make it back to the lane? What a beautiful charge dash from Meldon to save himself. That was absolutely insane. And yes, please take that safety stand.
All he has to do here is get to the end of the game. That's his only target, whereas Cheese is on his way to Misty Woods. He's going to be going. Wow!
Oh, Rastiel, no! Oh my God, Rastiel, no!
I can't believe it.
Oh my god.
Think about that. So, just little things like that. Strategy getting to. Oh goodness! Oh, the laser! Oh God!
Oh man!
Coming out of.
Melvin, first miss for Melvin, second miss for Ruben, third attempt, Ruben misses on the third attempt, Melvin misses it on the second attempt. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Ruben, fourth attempt, misses. Melvin gets it on the third attempt, and he takes the lead for the first time.
Ruben got it!
But Ruben gets it as well. I'm losing my mind here because they're actually come down execution on the final escape.
Dropping falling trees and boulders, and the whole time Kuro, the main villain, is chasing you. And you have to escape. Wait. Oh no, he bonks unfortunately. Oh my god.
Oh my God, it's time.
This is so close to time. It's a really swag strat that only saves 2 seconds and has the potential to lose you over a minute.
He's going for it again.
He's going for it again. The absolute madman.
My guy.
Here we go. Oh no! Brynhold's in the lead! Guys, okay, let's see if Brynhold goes for fish strats. If he just plays it safe, he has this in the bag. He can't lose from here. He's not doing fish strats. Brynhold's got this.